Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Since the last 2-3 days I've been using GitHub Copilot and I find it super amazing. So today what we are going to do is, what is GitHub Copilot first of all? First of all, it's an AI assistant for writing code, let's say. So a lot of people think like this is like Stack Overflow, but I don't think so. It's not like Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow provides a lot of other information than just code. This is only for code, so it's like a pair programming person that you have, but it's AI based, and it has been trained on a lot of code bases for different languages. So, and it's used for code completion, and it's a lot more than a normal autocomplete that you use on your mobile phones. So today what we are going to do is we are going to train a BERT model for toxic comment classification. And what we are going to do is we are going to use this GitHub Copilot as an assistant and see if it helps us in any way. And this is the first time I'm doing it, so there might be mistakes, but I hope in the end everything will work out. So let's go for it. Okay, so the first step is to obviously define a data set. These kind of videos I've done in the past. So today we are just going to see how much time it's going to take if I use GitHub Copilot. So like an AI assistant for coding. So I will write a BERT dataset class. Simple class that gets the comments and yeah, so you can see it's already suggesting me stuff. Okay, and it's actually quite accurate. So yeah, I will accept that suggestion. And I don't need this. And this is, yeah, this is all I need. Okay, did I delete something important? No. Okay, so I have the texts, I have labels, maxlen, and a tokenizer. But for tokenizer, I can also just use the BERT tokenizer because this BERT model that I'm going to train. So from transformers, import BERT tokenizer. And here I can say BERT tokenizer and dot from pre-trained BERT base uncase. So it has also already been suggested. So pretty good, right? I can also say self dot num examples. So how many examples do I have in my training data? And it's suggesting me correctly. Okay. So far so good. It's suggesting me the len function and what should it return. Get item function. This is super cool. One thing I would do here is I would just add str. So if it's not a string or nan or none or something. So I have the text, I have the label. If length of text is greater than max, no, I don't need that. So now the next step that I want to do is I want to tokenize. So there's also one more thing about GitHub Copilot is you can open Copilot and then it gives you all the 10 suggestions. You can go next suggestion or previous suggestion, things like that. But I'm always going to use the first suggestion that it gives. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say, okay, tokenized text. So self.tokenizer, and then you have the text, and here I will add a bunch of parameters that you can use. So like I will add special tokens to true. Then I can add padding, max len, and then I can add max length equal to self dot max length. Okay, it's getting a bit difficult to see, but I hope you can see it now. So I've added special tokens, padding max length. I think it is length, but if it's not, we will know if it fails. So now I can do IDs is tokenized text, IDs, input IDs, input underscore IDs. And similarly, I have mask and token type IDs. So let's see if it suggests that. Okay, now, so it's keeping the context the way I've written this. It's suggesting the next line. This is super awesome. And now I wanted to return torch tensors in a dictionary. So I will do this and say IDs is torch.tensor. So you can see it's suggesting the next things too, but let's do this one first, IDs, and D type is torch.long. That is correct suggestion. And now I should do mask and token type IDs. So I will just press tab and see what it has suggested. Has suggested correctly. So here I can do token type IDs, and then it should be same correct suggestion. And then I will do a label. Let's call it targets. Okay. Okay, so everything correct. So far, so good. Let me just format the code properly. So token type IDs, torch.long. So target can be float because we will be using BC loss. So now the next step is to create a model. So class, let's say toxic model. And this inherits from ann.module. And let me import torch, import torch.nn as nn. And let's also import pandas because we will be reading the file. And there also it was correct suggestion. So we have this. Now here, let's write a comment, a simple BERT model for training a two-class classification problem. Let's see if it suggests something. So sometimes it can take time to create the suggestions, and it has suggested something, and it has suggested something that's exactly what I want, actually. So there are a few things I don't need. I will just remove them. I don't need this. BERT model is not imported. So let's import BERT model. Dropout is okay. Classifier is okay. One thing that I should add here is return dict equal to false. And what else do I have? Input IDs, token type IDs, attention mask, and labels. Okay, we will calculate the loss separately, so we don't need labels, and just return the logits. Pooled output, and then you have the dropout, then you added the classifier layer, and then you have the logits. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Then I will write a train function. So inside this, I should have a model, train data set, valid data set. I will also do validation in this one, epochs equal to 1. And this is a simple function that trains a model. So I can just write train a model. And let's see if it suggests something. Sometimes it takes time to suggest stuff. Okay, so it has suggested me something, and that's again exactly what I need. So it is giving me device, then it's sending the model to the device, initializing Atom optimizer, BC with logits loss. You have the epochs, train loss is 0 in the beginning. It's going over the training data set. And now here, this is something that I probably need to fix. So I will just say IDs is batch IDs dot to device. And similarly, yeah, mask. And I'm pressing tab much faster than it's suggesting now. So here I will just do IDs, token type IDs, and mask. And one more thing that we forgot is target. So we have the target, and here I will say target. Loss dot backwards, optimizer step, adding batch IDs size 0, multiplying this with loss and adding 2 main loss, dividing by the length of dataset, putting the model in eval mode, valid loss, everything is done. Everything is done. Here, there are a few things that I need to redo. Mask, token type IDs, and target. Okay. So the amount of code that I've written today is quite less. IDs, token type IDs, mask. And then you have the valid loss, and it then prints epoch, training loss, and validation loss. Wow. Now we can write a function to read the data because that's all that's left. So let's say if name is main, and how does the data look like? The data has two columns, so it's toxic comment classification challenge from Kaggle. I'm using only two columns. One is the comment text, and another one is underscore toxic, and I have converted is underscore toxic to be a binary label. So I will just do df underscore train. So yeah, it's telling me, okay, I can read it from here, but I don't have the data here. So data sets toxic underscore train.csv. I will show you the data set. Now I want df underscore valid. So let's see what it does. It's giving me the suggestion, and it's also changing the name of the file. But that's not correct. So I will just fix it. It's as easy as that. So now I have train dataset, which is my BERT dataset, and inside this I have to add a few things. So let's see what the arguments were: text, labels, max length, tokenizer. Okay, I don't need the tokenizer again. I can set the max length to 128, let's say. So I only have text and labels. So it's BERT dataset and df underscore train dot comment text partially correct dot values, and df underscore train dot, now I know that the column is called is underscore toxic dot values. I will just add a comma so it's much easier for you to see what's happening. So I got the train dataset, and similarly I got valid dataset. Okay. I can initialize the model. Okay. Okay, it's giving me train the model, but one more thing that's missing is train data loader, which is actually what we have to pass. So train data set, batch size 32, okay, so shuffle is true, and this is fine. Valid data loader, okay, batch size 32, shuffle true, and this is fine. So train, instead of train data set, there should be train data loader and valid data loader. Epochs, maybe 10, I don't know. One thing that I'm going to change, but it's only for this video, is I'm going to just read the top 5,000 lines and top 100 lines in the validation, just to make it faster for the video. So now let's see if it works. Okay, so it's doing something. Okay, so stack expects each tensor to be of equal size, so I think I have some problem with padding. Okay, so add special tokens true, padding equal to max length equal to self.max length. So I can probably add one more parameter here, truncation equal to true, and hopefully this should be fine. Okay, let's try it again. So I'm getting another error, but this comes from the loss function, so I can easily fix that just by changing the shape. Okay, so let me see loss. Okay, first of all, this is incorrect, so let's just fix it here. Target, and here it was correct, and I will just add view -1, 1, and I'm done. It should be working now. Target view. Okay, let's train again. Yeah, it seems to be learning fine, but let's try to improve it a bit by adding no decay. So you probably don't want decay on some parameters, so I will just say parameters for optimizer, this named parameters, and then you don't want decay on, let's see if it suggests something. Okay, and optimizer group parameters, and here you can add what you want. So let's see what it is suggesting, what I want it to suggest. So is it done? Okay, and let's see what it suggests now. With decay, okay, it's actually what I want. Yeah, so yeah, I don't want a scheduler. I have optimizer group parameters here in the optimizer, and then I have the criterion, and still no scheduler. So learning rate is 5e -5, and now let's train it again one more time. So you can see that it is training. I can also convert it to from one output to two outputs, and in that case I just need to change a few things. So like here it should be long and here we should use cross entropy loss. Okay, we have that, and we don't need this anymore, and we don't need this. Now it's training a typical 2-class problem. So in the end, this is how easy it is. It didn't take us even 15 minutes. We did some variations of the code, and we trained a fully functional model, BERT model, for toxic comment classification. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, do click on the like button, do subscribe, and do tell your friends about it. Share it on social media if you want to, and see you next time. Goodbye.